Alright, guys. Week 15, day 7. How come whenever I start recording, my throat gets all weird? Let's see what we're logging on today with the heat wave, or whatever we call this. What do you call it when in almost mid-May, or mid-March? Sorry, not May. In mid-March, you have 81-degree weather. What's that called? I did 19 minutes of stretching, 36 minutes of kind of like seated weightlifting with an 8-pound weight. Drank enough water. I guess today was pretty different from other days. I woke up early, 5 o'clock. Instead of doing other stuff, I rolled over and started on job applications from 5 to 6. And then, from 5 to 6. And then, did I get up? I don't know what time I got up. I feel like I got up about an hour earlier, so like about 7:30 or something, just a little earlier than usual. I decided to try not to work out in the morning. I didn't have caffeine early in the morning. I actually had breakfast, which was a weird instant ramen. It was a healthy instant ramen, good flavor, weird texture. And then I went to eat breakfast. Well, I stayed at home to do it, but I made that for breakfast, the ramen with an egg. I made a sandwich while the food was cooking and kept that in my room. Kind of felt like being alone today. Shock, I always feel like being alone, but I feel better now. Like, I started feeling better earlier, so I'm maybe coming to terms with this caffeine. This isn't the first time I've had issues with C4 and making my mood bad. I didn't have C4 today until maybe like 12:30, and I had my iron after breakfast. I thought I was gonna get a little stomach ache, but my stomach honestly was kind of good until it felt weird for maybe like 10 minutes. Not pain, but like there was gonna be pain, like there was some kind of like weird sensation. But from there, I didn't start feeling badly or anything. And then, I did get cold though. I got really cold. I started feeling cold from like about 8:30 in the morning. I was podcasting for a while, and then I ended up around like 10:30 or 10:45, a little bit close to like 11, laying down and basically taking a nap almost till like noon. Because I woke up too early. I didn't actually go to bed that early last night, so waking up at 5 was a little rough. And I didn't go back to sleep. I watched a bunch of tech videos. But yeah, I actually napped a lot of the day, so the napping wasn't helpful. It was a little helpful, and then I took the C4 when I woke up from my nap. I think, did I eat breakfast first? I had some C4 before, lunch. I had some C4 before lunch, and then I had lunch, and then I, kind of just like got on with it. But, I may have messed up some of my posts, because I'm looking at these, and the episodes I have in my phone are not labeled the same as these episodes are labeled that I had put here, so I don't know. But I've got some stuff I want to study tonight, so I'm not going to record too long right now. But you guys probably noticed I did get some posts up. I've got a weigh-in tomorrow. I had Mexican food for dinner again today, but it was a different spot. It was about $3.95 for a fish taco and about $3.95 I got a chicken sobe. So food was really good. It was very filling. I thought because those prices were so cheap, it wasn't going to be filling. It was a lot. It was a whole plate of food. The fish was really good. It was actually, they basically made it in a flour tortilla, but the fish filled up the whole flour tortilla, so it was like flat, like down. I tried to pick it up and eat it, and then I realized I can't close it without all the stuff falling out, and so, because it was like really wide, because the fish was so, like, there was so much fish, and it was hot right off the grill, came out really, really quick. It was cheaper than probably Taco Bell and Del Taco, and it tasted better. So, yeah, I had a nice little meal. It was very delicious and cheap. Like, I didn't have a very high tip. I gave like a couple bucks of a tip. My bill came out to like $8 and some cents, and I gave like a $2 tip. So I spent under $11 for a whole gigantic plate of food. That was really good. And I had a protein shake before that because I'd been doing the weights. And then for lunch I'd had that sandwich that I made. It was the last of the buffalo chicken. I put like 3 of those pickles, a bunch of alfalfa sprouts, a little bit of spinach on the bread. I try to get the Dave's Killer Bread. We do have the Dave's Killer Bread right now, but sometimes we can't find it. It's pretty popular, so it's sometimes hard to get. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Today was looking up. I've had some rough days this week, but today was actually kind of looking up, so I was glad. It was fun to hang out with a friend. We kind of mingled with my mom a little bit, and she came over a little bit after. We kind of hung out a little bit at the house, just kind of caught up a little bit, and like, my friend's gonna be working out this way, so congrats to her. And she kind of gave me an idea to remember to look on Craigslist for jobs, and so I went and found this job that's gonna be like, I don't know if it's a scam or not, but it's about to be a project that I'm going to do over the weekend just to see if I can get a score from the test that you have to take. And if I score high enough on the test, I'll basically put that on my resume to say that I scored an A or whatever percentage on this specific test. I'd be very pleased with that. So that would be worth my effort just to take the test. And then at least have the work experience or the volunteer work if I'm not going to be making any money. I don't know how the job is going to go. I've seen some reviews on Glassdoor. People say the hours are longer than they need to be, but you do get paid. There are some reviews, some complaints. The amount of money that they're saying you could potentially make, and the amount of money that on average people are reporting they're bringing in does not seem to add up. If you're working an 8-hour shift and making that much money a week, you should definitely be making more than what they say. But I'm willing to just test it out. I've got nothing better going on right now, at least not until Tuesday or Wednesday. I've got a Monday interview. I'd rather just do things that feel productive, even if it's a little bit of a waste of time. But I'll see if I post this other episode. I recorded a little bit about the whole thing, about what I found and what it seems like it's gonna be like. I just don't want to take way too long. It's manageable amount of information to learn it's not like I'm gonna be wasting a whole entire weekend. I've calculated out I can read about 5 pages a day, twice a day, and take the test on Sunday. They give you the test questions and everything. So I'm basically gonna look at the questions as I'm reading and submit the test once I'm done. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I've got to really report today. I'm glad about my meal choices. There's a lot that I'm kind of glad about. And yeah, so I might actually try to work on some of this test before I go to bed. I don't know if it's gonna save, but maybe what I'll do is take screenshots of it before I go to bed, work on some of it, take screenshots of it, and then like as I'm going through the material, I'll have the screenshots if everything ends up erasing. I don't know what this form is like. It's a website form, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna mess me up in any way. But it's an open book test. All the answers are in the recruiter's packet, and there's certain answers that you can't get wrong. So, alright, I'm gonna start working on this a little bit. I'll do at least a little bit tonight. But I'm tired. I'm tired in a good way. And I feel like this whole week I've been trying to like get my bearings. Just kind of have a game plan of some sort. You know, without having a car still, and without, you know, wanting to really spend, my options are kind of limited of things I can do. And I'm a little bit just tired. Honestly, I'm kind of tired from all kinds of stuff, so I'm just trying to like pay attention to my stress levels. I noticed it this week, and I was like, this just sucks, you know. It's been a rough week. I haven't had a rough week like this in a pretty long time. It is PMS season though. I can feel it. I can tell. There's certain like mild symptoms, and I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on. So when my mood's actually like that too, that's kind of related, but not always. But kind of like the week before anything starts, I usually expect to have problems sleeping, problems with mood issues, you know, things like that. So, but I'm not, I'm not feeling as bad as I was. So I'm glad I kind of paced myself, kind of like did what I needed to do for now. Had a good, you know, a good strategy to at least try to get myself to a position where I'm feeling a little bit more pleasant, less depressed. You know, I'm glad it only lasted a few days out of the week. But yeah, um, I'm gonna get a little bit of work done before bed, get a little bit of studying done before bed. I'm realizing I like reading before bed, and it kind of helps me to kind of unwind and, focus on random stuff. And I don't feel like it's stressed out or anything. So, yeah. Um, and, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. So I'm kind of, yeah, I think I'm good for tonight. I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm pleased. It's a good ending to week 15. Week 15 started off rough, but it's ending out. I can say it was a successful week. I was able to kind of get to a successful point with things. So, alright, that's it for now. Thanks for listening.